Assalamualaikum, saya Sri Ratu Rizwan. Anda peniaga? Saya tahu ramai antara anda sekarang dalam keadaan tekanan dengan pandemik COVID. Tak tahu macam mana nak survive dengan perniagaan yang merundum jatuh, dengan masalah pelanggan yang tanya dan tak beli, tak tahu nak closing macam mana. Tak perlu risau, kerana apa? Anda berdaftarkan segera diri anda di dalam Hospitality International Webinar 14 Januari 2021. Tapi daftarkan diri segera. Banyak tips yang akan kami kongsikan.
Ayo dengan segera daftar dengan kami di pautan di bawah ini. Tunggu apa lagi? Jangan tunggu, kerana anda akan menerima sesuatu yang surprise. I'm Dr. Kamril. We are organizing international webinar which is called the International Hospitality and Tourism Webinar on the 14th of January 2021. understand certain issues, especially on survivability and sustainability of businesses, especially for the hospitality industry players. And at the same time, we wanted to focus on the SMEs. So please don't forget 14th of January 2021 and register with us, and we would like to see you there.
Assalamualaikum, saya Senator Rizwan. Anda peniaga? Sekarang tengah mengalami satu masalah tekanan. Pandemik COVID-19 ini buatkan perniagaan anda jatuh merudum. Tak tahu macam mana dapatkan sales? Tak perlu risau. Anda kena join kita punya Hospitality International Webinar pada 14 Januari 2021. Daftarkan segera. Sekarang juga, kenapa kami akan sharekan tips bagaimana untuk berjaya, dan kita akan beri ilmu-ilmu dan juga tips-tips bagaimana teknik-teknik untuk closing customer dan dapat menjual dengan begitu efektif sekali. Daftarkan segera sekarang.
Hello, hi. My name is Eric Chong. I would like to welcome you to this really important webinar, and we call it Hospitality International Webinar 2021. Why is it so important? That's because the tourism industry throughout the world has been experiencing this unprecedented challenge, and it is important for all the industry players to come together to brainstorm the best solutions for us to move forward. And so I welcome you to come join us on the 14th of January. And I, Dr. Eric Chong, founder of Erican and president of the Branding Association of Malaysia, welcomes you and would share with you tips that you might find really useful to turn around your business. See you then.
Hi everyone, my name is Shahrial and I'm the Assistant Director of Sales and Marketing at the Sheraton Mustika Yogyakarta Resort and Spa, a 5-star resort located in Yogyakarta, Indonesia. As a hotelier, our business is heavily affected by the current pandemic. Join me on the Hospitality International webinar on 14 January 2021, where I will be talking about how do we survive in the current environment and what are we going to do to generate revenues in this difficult time. See you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, warmest greeting from Ubud, Bali, Indonesia. My name is Haryana. I am the owner of the 2 hotel properties located in Ubud, Bali. As the hotel's owner, to manage and to operate the hotel has been a challenging and difficult time during this pandemic. So join us, our Hospitality International webinar on 14 January to discuss the new idea and strategy, business survival, and exploring the real current issue. So remember, join us. Stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, saya Suriatul Rizwan. Anda peniaga? Saya tahu ramai antara anda sekarang dalam keadaan tekanan dengan pandemik COVID. Tak tahu macam mana nak survive dengan perniagaan yang merundum jatuh, dengan masalah pelanggan-pelanggan yang tanya dan tak beli, tak tahu nak closing macam mana. Tak perlu risau, kenapa? Anda berdaftarkan segera diri anda dalam Hospitality International Webinar 14 Januari 2021. Tapi, daftarkan diri segera. Banyak tips yang akan kami kongsikan.
Ayo dengan segera daftar dengan kami di pautan di bawah ini. Tunggu apa lagi? Jangan tunggu kerana anda akan menerima sesuatu yang surprise. Unreal, we are organizing international webinar which is called the International Hospitality and Tourism Webinar on the 14th of January 2021. Definitely understand certain issues, especially on survivability and sustainability of businesses, especially for the hospitality industry players. And at the same time, we wanted to focus on the SMEs. So please don't forget 14th of January 2021 and register with us, and we would like to see you there.
Assalamualaikum, saya Senator Rizwan. Anda peniaga? Sekarang tengah mengalami satu masalah tekanan. Pandemik COVID-19 ini buatkan perniagaan anda jatuh merudum. Tak tahu macam mana dapatkan sales? Tak perlu risau. Anda kena join kita punya Hospitality International Webinar pada 14 Januari 2021. Daftarkan segera, sekarang juga. Kenapa? Kami akan sharekan tips bagaimana untuk berjaya, dan kita akan beri ilmu-ilmu dan juga tips-tips bagaimana teknik-teknik untuk closing customer dan dapat menjual dengan begitu efektif sekali. Daftarkan segera, sekarang.
Hello, hi. My name is Eric Chong. I would like to welcome you to this really important webinar, and we call it Hospitality International Webinar 2021. Why is it so important? That's because the tourism industry throughout the world has been experiencing this unprecedented challenge, and it is important for all the industry players to come together to brainstorm the best solutions for us to move forward. And so I welcome you to come join us on the 14th of January, and I, Dr. Eric Chong, founder of Erican and president of the Branding Association of Malaysia, welcomes you and would share with you tips that you might find really useful to turn around your business. See you then.
Hi everyone, my name is Shahrial and I'm the Assistant Director of Sales and Marketing at the Sheraton Mustika Yogyakarta Resort and Spa, a 5-star resort located in Yogyakarta, Indonesia. As a hotelier, our business is heavily affected by the current pandemic. Join me on the Hospitality International webinar on 14 January 2021, where I will be talking about how do we survive in the current environment and what are we going to do to generate revenues in this difficult time. See you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, warmest greeting from Ubud, Bali, Indonesia. My name is Haryana. I am the owner of the 2 hotel properties located in Ubud, Bali. As the hotel's owner, to manage and to operate the hotel has been a challenging and difficult time during this pandemic. So join us, our Hospitality International webinar on 14 January to discuss the new idea and strategy, business survival, and exploring the real current issue. So remember, join us. Stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. Saya Suriatul Rizwan. Anda peniaga? Saya tahu ramai.
Selamat datang and welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. Hospitality International Webinar 2021 and the rest of the crew wish you a warm welcome on our flight MH1401 bound for the Heaven Resort Ipoh. Also, a very warm welcome to our esteemed sponsors and organizers. I am Zahira, your cabin crew for this flight. Please switch off your electronic devices during taxi and takeoff. Please switch on your camera so we can see your beautiful smiles as we have a view cam award that will be chosen among the participants.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Subhanallazi sakhkhara lana hadza wa ma kunna lahu muqrinin wa inna ila rabbina lamunqalibun.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Innal hamdalillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. من يهده الله فلا مضل له وما يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأن محمدا عبده ورسوله.
O Allah, we are praying to you, give to all of us the blessing of knowledge that we gained during this webinar session. And give us the strength to be able to face these tough situations during this COVID-19 pandemic. O Allah, to you we fully hope.
ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Please switch on your camera so we can see your beautiful smiles as we have a view cam award that will be chosen among the participants. Before we proceed to the next segment, I would like to welcome our smartest, handsome moderator of the webinar, Dr. Kamril Abdul Karim.
Thank you so much, Zahira. A very good morning to all of you. Welcome aboard. My name is Kamril Juradi Haji Abdul Karim. Assalamualaikum, hello, kumusta, guten tag, bonjour, konnichiwa, namaste. Thank you to all honorable speakers, organizers, and beloved participants for making this event successful. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here this very, very beautiful morning from Malaysia. We as an organizing committee would like to take this opportunity to express our gratitude and thank you to all the sponsors for their generous contribution for this webinar. Welcome again to the International Hospitality Webinar 2021, which we will be discussing on tourism rejuvenation. Honorable speakers and ladies and gentlemen, let's get started by thanking all the hardworking team members, especially the students from UITM, Shah Alam and Punca Alam, from the American team, UPM, and also, last but not least, the Haven Resort in Ipoh. Appreciation, we would like to conduct this Hospitality International Webinar 2021 in a very safe and environment which everyone would be able to gain knowledge. So please make sure that you switch on your camera and please avoid putting anything on the screen at the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, the current pandemic crisis is a wake-up call for all of us. And this is causing an imbalanced structure for the industry of hospitality and tourism in this country and throughout the world. To contain the pandemic and to ensure the tourism rejuvenation is being well managed in terms of economic and social, the world now is faced with several numbers of challenges in the hospitality industry that can only be solved through global solutions. And this is the reason why we organize such an event. Ladies and gentlemen, during this webinar, you will acquire up-to-date information on tourism rejuvenation strategies and also recommendations. And I hope that we will take this advantage of this opportunity to come up with excellent strategies for us to bounce back during this pandemic COVID-19. Sit back, relax, and focus, and we will be having this webinar as interactive as possible, and we will have a few forums for you to be able to gain knowledge from our participants and also speakers from all around the world. Thank you so much. Over to you, Zahira.
And now, let's watch the next audio-video presentation on issue on employment.
Sorry.
There's a fight right around the corner just waiting for you. and you better learn how to fight. When I think about fighting, I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about situations. I'm talking about circumstances. I'm talking about opportunities that sometimes you have to fight for. Come on, life, let's fight. Let's go. Come on, job, let's go. Come on, career, let's go.
Now, hand over to you, Dr. Kamril.
Okay. All right, thank you so much, Zahira. How was the video? All right, now we are now about to welcome one of our distinguished guests, which we have actually inviting him all the way from Yogyakarta, and this is from the Sheraton Mustika, Yogyakarta. And without further ado, I would like to welcome one of my good friend, which he is right now currently attached to the sales and marketing department, Mr. Shahrial, and he is the assistant sales director of Sheraton Mustika. So let's welcome Mr. Shahrial.
Good afternoon, everyone.
All right, Mr. Shahrial, how are you? How's Jogja?
I'm good, thank you. Jogja so far for the past few months have been quite a bounce back again. I mean, we're slowly getting back to normal. But then this year, just right after the New Year, the government has introduced another lockdown, which also definitely affect our business again. So January, apparently, unfortunately, this January, our forecast is a bit lower than expected because of the second round of the lockdown that was being implemented just last week. Actually, it started last week.
Mr. Shahrial, tell me a little bit about your hotel, the Sheraton Mustika in Jogja. I heard that it has been, there for many years in Jogja.
Yeah, maybe just for the viewers attending this webinar, Yogyakarta is one of the major tourist destinations in Indonesia. It is located in Java Island. So apart from Bali, Jogja is also one of the destinations that most tourists are going to when they visit Indonesia. We are located about 1 hour by plane from Bali and also from Jakarta. And then we actually can also drive if you're staying in Jakarta, it's about 7 hours drive. And from Surabaya, which is the second largest city in Indonesia, it's about 4 hours drive. So our location is actually in the center of the island of Java. And Yogyakarta is famous for its temples like Borobudur Temple, which is the largest Buddhist temple in the world. And then as well as other heritage buildings such as the Prambanan Temple, which is a Hindu temple, and then the culture of Javanese itself. So it has been for a long time, it's the second destinations for tourists when they come to Indonesia as well.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Shahrial. So tell me a little bit about how this pandemic COVID-19 has actually, changed the climate and the impact on the sales of the hotel.
Okay. We've experienced firstly the pandemic last year, mid-March 2020. So previously, January, February, we were still enjoying healthy occupancy levels. But then when the government announced that we had the first case of COVID back in mid-March 2020, then suddenly everything stopped. like all the domestic travelers, and we have a large share of international travelers as well, especially from Japanese, Japan, Asian countries, and then European as well. And they're all the international borders are closed. And definitely March is after the pandemic is announced, we run only less than 10% occupancy. So it's definitely affecting our business, and we have to make a hard decision to close the hotels for 3 months actually.
Okay, 3 months. And one thing that everyone wanted to know, especially the hoteliers and also, other entrepreneurs in Malaysia and all around the world, how do you bounce back?
Okay, so we closed the hotel for 3 months from April to June. Then we reopened the hotel back in July last year. So first thing that we know that the international borders are still closed, so we can't expect any international travelers traveling to Jogja. So what we did last time was we focused on the local market. What we're focusing is actually our own backyard market, basically Jogja and residents, and then also the nearby cities that includes Semarang, which is the capital city of Central Java, as well as the cities about 2 to 4 hours drive from our hotel. So and we capitalize more on the local residents at the time. So it's surprisingly those Jogja residents that previously never stay or never eats in the hotel, maybe because they have been staying at home for quite some time during the pandemic. So when our hotel opens and the rules at that time was relaxed a bit, they're all patronize the hotel for at our restaurants, even our swimming pool, because we also sell swimming pool vouchers for them.
Wow, interesting. You even sell swimming pool vouchers?
Yes, yeah.
And how much is that going to be? And how much is that going to be?
So that one is actually very affordable. We introduced a swimming pool pass for 1 month. So it's a 1 month pass with only like $15.
$15.
So can come every day, actually.
That means a package of $15 to swim at the hotel for 1 month.
Yes, that's true.
Wow. Okay. So guys, interesting. All right, move on.
Yeah. So and then we've also introduced so many prepaid vouchers. I mean, majority of we've been closed for 3 months, and then we are running out of cash, right? So what we have to do is to get more cash. We have to get cash flows coming in. So what we did is we introduced so many prepaid vouchers, whether it's room vouchers that they can stay in our hotel with an open date vouchers that is valid for 1 year, as well as a lot of F&B vouchers for them as well. And all these are at a discounted rate, basically. So just to attract the local market to patronize the hotel as well.
And I heard and I've seen, it's so interesting that the Sheraton Jogja leverage extremely well on your social media. So share with us.
Yeah, I think nowadays everyone is into social media, right? So they are no longer, we no longer have an advertising in newspaper, magazines. Now everyone has their own social media. Everyone has their mobile phones. Everyone is checking their social media, maybe on an hourly basis. So all of our marketing efforts during this pandemic is through social media. We've worked with several agencies as well through EDMs for electronic data marketing, as well as we invited so many influencers as well as celebrities to stay in the hotel. Basically, those who has a large followers. Since our market nowadays are mostly domestic, so we invited prominent Indonesian celebrities or Indonesian influencers, which they came to the hotel. We host them. We give them free rooms. We host them activities such as the F&B. For example, we have picnic by the pool. We have floating dining, and then we have several activities related to food and beverage. And they post on their social media. So
you invited influencers for free.
For free, that's true. Yeah.
All right. So how many influencers do you invite basically on a weekly basis or on monthly basis?
So we have a target at least one influencer monthly basis. So that's our target basically. But then during our opening from July to September, we have about 5 influencers staying in the hotel. And that's we invited families as well, a family of celebrities, because our target market will be a bit different nowadays. We are more to family hotels now, so we invited a family of celebrity Also, we invited couples to stay in the hotel, so it's directed more to the couple market. Also, the youngsters or the millennials, we invited several millennials to stay in the hotel as well, because our hotel is also quite a nice spot for them to have pictures taken for their Instagram. So and then our activities is also a very Instagrammable thing that they really like to post.
So Mr. Shahrial, I heard that your hotel has been targeting a different market previously, and now you guys have shifted the market into the millennial. And what do you think about the market of the millennial by now?
Okay. Because our hotel is a resort, we have 5.4 hectares of landscape garden as well. We have a large swimming pool, and then a greenery, and then a volcano view as well. So these millennials, mostly they came to the hotel, they enjoy our food and beverage, they enjoy our pool.
So basically you are not selling your hotel, you are selling emotions, don't you?
Yes, we're selling memories actually for them.
Wow, interesting. So what kind of memories do you think that most of the hotels supposed to actually trying to target the millennial? Because I saw a lot of these beautiful Instagram photos right now, if you guys can see, and I really love this so-called the floating breakfast. And what is it all about?
Okay, floating breakfast is just basically breakfast served on the pool, so you can enjoy your meals while you're swimming at our swimming pool is actually. So that's a very popular activity that most guests, not just the millennials actually, even families, when they stay with us, they're very interested in taking these activities.
All right, okay. And last but not least, I would like to have your point of view. How do you think most entrepreneurs, especially in our industry of tourism and hospitality, should be leveraging their resources, just like what you did?
Okay, so we've lost many team members during the start of pandemic, so that's why we don't have that many sales force at the time. So, but then we redeploy our sales force to a different market. So basically, we have now targeted mostly cities nearby to our hotel, nearby Yogyakarta. For example, we deployed some sales managers to be in charge in Surabaya, as well as to cover the market of Semarang. Despite that, we also still have sales presence in the capital, which is in Jakarta, that is our main source market. And so that's the redeployment of the sales team, and then focusing more on the domestic market. That is our key resources at the time that we really need. Mostly the business is coming back from that side. And then also government market, that's the key thing in our market at the moment, in Indonesia especially, because corporations are still not traveling. They still have a very restricted travel policy. But for the government, they need to support the economy. So yes, the president of Indonesia has actually already stated that they need to spend their budget to get the economy going. So that's why for MICE, starting from last August, we've hosted a number of MICE events, especially from the government ministries and then all the state-owned enterprises as well. So they're the one who's still doing events now. They're the one who's still doing MICE. While I don't think corporations will do any MICE activities up until maybe the second quarter of this year, because they're still afraid of the COVID. But then government, because they need to spend their budget, they're still doing events, but of course with health protocols in place, with the reduction of number of participants.
So all in all, to recap of what we have discussed, Mr. Shahrial, so you basically reshifted your target market by now, is that right?
Yes.
And at the same time, you already trying to leverage your resources to the maximum of even selling the swimming pool. And I heard also about your cake parlor or a cake shop. One more thing before we go.
Yeah, we've introduced our new cake shop, and then we rename it the Tasty Box now.
Tasty Box.
Yeah, the Tasty Box. And this one also, we've introduced several activities, several promotions, like for example, 50% off from the 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. just to attract the local market. And then also we have what we call a sugar rush promotion, which you have all you can eat desserts, all you can eat cakes.
Sugar rush.
3 months. Yeah, sugar rush. That's every two times a week.
So, 2 times a week for sugar. Yeah, that's not for me, but I would love to go.
Yeah, that's true.
And tell me a little bit about this Sheraton Cares meal box, and this is so interesting.
Okay. We are, as I mentioned, we close for 3 months, April, May, and June. Especially during Ramadan, our hotel is closed. But of course, we still go to work every day. We still manage to maintain the hotel. We still clean the hotel. But what can we do during these 3 months of closing? So at that time, we've introduced this Sheraton Cares meal box, or Ramadan Peduli, which is a charity event where we sell meal boxes to our clients, to our customers. So it's corporations or even general public can purchase these meal boxes, which we will donate to relevant organizations. Mostly we work with Gajah Mada University, student organization at the time. They are the one who distribute these meal boxes to those in need, for example, orphanage, and then all the other people affected by this.
This is during the Ramadan, yeah?
Yes, during the Ramadan, yes.
Subhanallah. Okay. All right. Okay. Mr. Shahrial, it has been such a lively discussion with you, and I would love to allow you to promote Sheraton Jogja before we go. So please, this is your part.
Okay. For everyone, maybe if you could come to Yogyakarta, we have, before the pandemic, actually, there's a direct flight from KL. It's about 2 hours by AirAsia as a daily flight. Do come to Yogyakarta because you have a lot of things to discover here. You have heritage, you have the temples, even the beaches now is very popular. And whenever you come to Yogyakarta, please come over to stay with us with the Sheraton Mustika Yogyakarta. We just transformed the hotel. We have renovations ongoing at the moment. We have new rooms, and our rates are quite affordable as well, especially during this time, during the pandemic.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
A lot of promotions. So if you could go through our website or even go through the local OTAs like Booking.com or even Traveloka, that's we have many flash sale over there. And then also you can buy our buy now, stay later voucher, which you can use for 1 year.
All right, brilliant. Mr. Shahrial, we will definitely put the link of the hotel of Sheraton Mustika Jogja on our chat box. So for those who wanted to enjoy the beautiful floating breakfast, the sugar rush, and the beautiful Jogja, so please do not forget about the Sheraton Mustika. So Mr. Shahrial, thank you so very much again, and have a pleasant day ahead. And we will see you soon in Jogja.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, Assalamualaikum. So yeah, that's about it from Jogja. How was it? Was it interesting? So I think it was a very, very interesting point from Mr. Shahrial in Jogja, and something that, you know, we never thought of. We could even sell everything, especially our resources, the swimming pool, not only about the rooms, and, you know, trying to come up with different ideas and using social media to the best capacity in order to promote our hotel. And remember, right now, people are into technology and digital, and therefore, don't forget to use social media as the most powerful tool in our promotion. So over to you right now, and we are going to look at the next audio video on our next session. So enjoy the next video, ladies and gentlemen.
Yang tersungguh terduduk ada yang nampak. Sila bercerita.
Okey, memang selogiknya semua orang bermasalah dalam bisnes sekarang ni, tapi saya always positif. Bagi saya, kita kena backup plan. Bila COVID sekarang berlaku, ramai orang mungkin tak ada kemampuan, pendapatan makin orang kata merunduh jatuh, ada yang kena buang kerja. Jadi untuk peniaga pula, jangan short sendiri. Bila berniaga, jangan jual produk yang mahal sekarang sebab orang tak mampu. Jadi try jual produk yang tak mahal, mampu dimiliki.
All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have another interesting discussion with Mr. Spencer Lee. Yes, Mr. Spencer Lee. Okay, so Mr. Spencer Lee is on the line right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Spencer, Mr. Spencer Lee. So, Spencer, how are you today?
Fine, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Just call me Spencer will do.
All right, Spencer, thank you so very much for joining
Spencer,
us this morning.
I feel very old, although I'm old already.
All right, okay. Spencer, how are you this morning? How's everything?
I'm fine, thank you.
So
It's a saying, right? We can't really call this a new norm. It's the new norm is already the current norm, you know. We have
and
to adjust
Spencer,
to life.
tell us a little bit about your company, your
Sure,
organization.
no problem. First of all, thank you for the invitation and good morning to everyone again. Wow, amazing to see 600 over people in a
Yes, we have
webinar.
615 right now, Spencer.
Yeah, hi everyone. And of course, just now it's a very interesting presentation and it made me feel the reason why I am in this industry. I remember about 10 years ago, I was the founding team that launched Yogyakarta. And my first time in Yogyakarta is an amazing place. And after the presentation with the airport authority there and Indonesia Tourism, and we decided to put a flight there. So on that, I had a very great time, especially the whole environment, the great sunset view, sunrise view. It's an amazing place. I think everyone should go there where we can fly international flight again. Okay, so for me, for myself, I'm Spencer Lee. I'm the head of Big Life. Basically, I'm running the loyalty and reward program for AirAsia Group. We are a subsidiary between AirAsia Digital and EMEA. We are mainly into the loyalty and reward space. We really focus a lot of so-called digital business driven by data, and we always focus on giving the best to our members. Today, we have about 26 million members. And there's always a saying, within ourselves that we are loyal to our members, not to our shareholder. What does it mean? It means that wherever we do, we focus to give the best to our members. Member come first.
Answer. We would like to, discuss about, because just now we went to Jogja and they have given us so much about this excitement about this, influencers, social media, and everything. Yes. So what about digitalization? Do you mind to share with us about this digitalization in terms of these new norms?
Sure, no problem. If I can trouble you to have the slide on. Basically, guys, I'm just sharing with you our experience. By far, we are not here to be able to say that, this is the right thing to do, because everything is about test, trial and error, and we are more than happy to share with you our experience. Basically, we are just have a simple slide. If we can have the slide on.
All right, hold on for a second. Sorry.
No problem. I have to apologize first. My slide will not be as nice as Mr. Shahrial's slide. I really feel like I want to
that's all right. That's definitely all right.
We should do a webinar by the pool with floating breakfast.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, my whole presentation sharing session will be around this particular slide. So Biggie, the orange character, is really our new brand ambassador. Biggie live, eat and sleep, doing everything digitally. Biggie is our digital ambassador, digital avatar. Basically, DG will give the best deal to our members. So basically today, everyone is talking about digitalization, right? It's a very big buzzword. And to be honest with you, it's no different when we first started to talk about mobile, right? Smartphone, internet, search engine, industrialized back in the few decades ago, and etc. It's just that now in the phase of digitalization. And digitalization is really everything that we do online and that have various channels, social media as one of the tool, your search engine, your marketing optimization, your content, your product, your e-commerce, how you link your offline and your online experience. Ultimately, everything is one big word, but don't get too complicated about it. I notice a lot of people get complicated about the word digitalization. How do I do this? Because you need to be, first of all, you need to be very clear. There's an old saying, right? No point giving you a Ferrari if you can't drive the Ferrari well. Therefore,
we make it simple, yeah? Make it simple.
Ferrari. Yes,
yeah.
Keep things simple. So I'll just go on with two things, right? Just remember two things that I learned over the years doing digital business, so to speak, for the last 19 years, the last 15 years out of the 19 years with the AirAsia Group. Number one is super. Just remember super, right? S-U-P-E-R, super. S, surprise. always remember that whatever you do online, whatever tool you use, you have to surprise your user. You have to surprise your customer. You have to surprise the people that you would like to attract, the consumer. So similar to Sharia's presentation, amazing picture showing you how to have a nice time, having a great breakfast by the pool. That is surprise. It delights you. It makes more engagement, right? UI, UX is super important. By putting your product on Facebook or buying search engine on Google does not mean that you have a digital strategy. Does not mean that you are already a digital business. It's very important to know that your UI, your UX is key to any conversion. By doing a posting does not mean that you convert. By having a like does not mean that you got the conversion of a sales. Likes is easy.
Yeah,
it's priceless. It's free. Everyone just click like. And nowadays, we even have reports showing people that there's a lot of people that is mining likes. So all these are fraud in a way. So if you're not careful, you'll fall into a big frauds of people just trying to get more clicks and likes, and they charge you a high bill for that, high cost for that. So you must always make sure that your user experience, your user journey is easy. Keep things simple. Keep things easy. Have a clear focus on what you're trying to sell. Make your point of sales, POS, easy for people to click. Try to have maximum 3 to 5 clicks for them to complete the booking. What is next in super is P, personalization. Today, in the digital world, personalization is very, very crucial. Why did I start off with 600 over people today here? All of us, we look different. Definitely. I look old. I can't fight with some of you here that looks amazingly good. And all of us have different needs and wants. We have different experience requirement. Whether are you in a hotel business, whether are you in the theme park business, or whether are you selling even a simple thing like cake online, or even selling kuih muih online, because everyone has different experience. If you are able to have a personalized message, if you're able to know your consumer, you're able to know your target market, all this data will be important for you for a long run. Why? Because when you can afford to have personalized message, you avoid one size fit all. Why?
Right.
Because
Okay.
Spencer and Hanis, I'm just calling some names that I can see on screen, or Wai Kyong, or Marcus, or even Shaifo, have different needs. We have different requirements. Correct. So personalization is very important. Data is no longer just a keyword. You need to have data. You need to be able to maximize the data, and you need to monetize your data. No shortcut. That is key. So what is next in super? E. E stands for experience.
Experience.
Yes. Everything you do, please take note that online experience is super crucial besides just your offline product experience. Even you are selling a cake. Recently, I bought a cake for my daughter 10 years old birthday. The experience of buying cake online will determine whether you have a nice experience when you go collect, or when the cake.
Spencer, a little bit, just to interrupt you, and you say the experience. How do you think that we will allow the digital experience to be able to, for customers to feel, since it's in digital?
Well, experience digitally is even easier to achieve, i.e., is your website or is your apps, do you have the right font size? Is your copy easy to read? Is your terms and condition easy to understand? Or is it like insurance, 0.7 size, 3-4 pages written by PhD, but you don't understand?
I can understand. Spencer, some people create a website. It's just like a roja, it's like everything in. And
Correct.
This is something that, we wanted to share. And Spencer, please give your thought about this. And people don't understand how to give experience on digital, and they still are blurry about this.
Yes, thank you for the question. Very simple, guys. Again, go back to my slide, right? The second one. Kiss me. Not asking all you to kiss me, haram. Okay. So kiss me here is keep it short and simple, memorable, and easy for your customer. Don't write lengthy copy. Write easy to understand copy. Write your message, what you want your customer, your target market to know. What are you trying to sell? What are you trying to do? Because remember, conversion is everything about online. Whatever you sell, you have thousand or not million over similar people selling the same thing online.
Exactly.
Be very precise. You keep your copy easy to understand. Keep your booking process 3 to 5 steps and make your payment great. If you have a great content, easy to understand product, super valuable product and repeatable process that can keep people coming back easily to buy and have good experience, then you have a winning product. And make sure your paying process is easy. Make payment option easy, right? Whether it's a credit card, online transfer, make the experience even better by having loyalty and reward program like us. So for example, why do we give points that are very valuable in the market? In the old days, people need to collect 10, 20,000 points just for a rice cooker or a traveling bag. For God's sake, how many rice cooker or traveling bag do you want in your lifetime? But what we have done is we have democratic the whole points. We make points very valuable. Now at 125 points, you can already redeem something. At 1,200 points, you already can redeem a fast food, ice cream. Recently, we did a promotion with our partner, right? Ice cream brand, and we did amazing deals with them, and we are able to drive lots of traffic to them. Just look at AirAsia when both Tony and Datuk Din launched AirAsia 19 years ago. Everybody is saying that they are mad. Airline is the last industry that want to be in. But look at the last 19 years, they're able to use digital data to transfer the whole aviation and in a way assist the whole travel segment to grow. Most of the places that we fly today are unique to us that no other airline fly before us. And we started it. And Yogyakarta enjoy it in a way because back then no one flies to Yogyakarta. And, we started this route and we expand the pie. So in the end of the day, it's about keeping things simple, know your product, keep your costs low, get your pricing right, get your payment right, and give an awesome booking experience. And guess what?
And the last R would be?
The last R will be repeatable. Everything you do must be repeatable. No point no point being a so-called, in the entertainment industry, what do you call that? A one album wonder, a one song hit. No point. You're in business for long run. You need to be able to repeat everything that you do, your processes, your operation, your sales, your customer service, after sales service, and most importantly is you're willing to fail. Don't you look at failure as such a negative word, because when you fail, you are learning. So we always say that be ready and have the guts to actually fail so that you learn more. But don't fail and don't learn. Then no one can help you. So that is super.
All right. So I think you are so super guy, Spencer, for sharing with us about this super. And I think this principle of super would be shared throughout this, participant all around the world, inshallah. And thank you so much, Spencer. And we hope everything will be, get back to, in the air soon. And thank you so very much again. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the session. So let's move on to the next session. Thank you and take care.
Take care, everyone.
Yeah.
It's an honor to talk here today. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So now this is the next session that a lot of participants are waiting for. And before that, we have a question because we have a prize later after this session. So the first questions that we obtained, a lot of questions actually from registration time, and I would like to pass it over to Miss Daisy, who will be reading some of the selected questions from the participants. So over to you, Miss Daisy.
Thank you, Doctor. Hello, everyone. Good morning. It's an honor to read the question from the participants. So the first question we have was from Mr. Sharial. For Mr. Sharial from Jogja just now. So one of the participants, Mr. Muhammad Alif Iqmal, his question was, how does your hotel boost confidence and project arrival of international tourists to utilize your hotel services after the post-COVID-19? Thank you, Doctor. That's the first question for Jogja. So we also will post that question later for Mr. Shahrial to revert to us. Thank you.
And we have another question from the chat box, and we would like to call upon Hazim to ask the questions. Yes, Hazim, over to you.
Hello, my name is Hazim, and I represent one of the participants named Zhang Hong to read the question from the chat box to Mr. Shahrial from Sheraton Jogja. How SOP measures are taken on one of the strategy that you have have mentioned? Maybe you can explain regarding SOP of the pool.
Okay, those are the questions, and we will be able to allow Mr. Shahrial probably to come back because a lot of questions pointing to him right now, Mr. Shahrial from Jogja. So definitely we will come back to you, and we will now announce the surprise winner for the webcam. So ladies and gentlemen, let's roll the drum and see who would be the one who will be winning this. So hold on for a second, for 5 seconds right now. Okay, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a surprise winner. Goes to Muhammad Saad El-Ahi. So Muhammad Saad El-Ahi, so you are the winner for the one-night stay at the RHR Hotel, Sdn Bhd in Selayang. So Mr. Muhammad, so please allow us to have your contact details, and please email us your contact details or WhatsApp us. All right, now we are going to go to the next session of the video, which is the video presentation on issues on sales. So ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the next video, and don't forget we have the next forums on
for the COVID-19 pandemic.
Lights will guide you home.
Dan untuk itu kerajaan memutuskan untuk melaksanakan perintah kawalan pergerakan.
Let's do it.
Yes, let's do it. Let's apply the strategies on surviving this COVID-19 pandemic. Without further ado, let's watch the virtual tour of RHR Hospitality Sendirian Berhad.
RHR Hospitality has different locations of their excellent lodgings, located at Selayang, Kajang, and also Terengganu. Every accommodation, including the one at Selayang and Kajang, are well built with great services, fancy ambience, spacious room, and wonderful amenities. The most unique accommodations here, owned by RHR Hospitality, are the Kamar Paka Resort, which located near Tanjong Jara Beach, with magnificent view while offers great services and cozy accommodation for you to stay in.
And now, let's watch the next audio-video presentation on strategies and sustainability.
From this whole pandemic, restoran kena cepat ubah business model lah kepada delivery, which is lebih bagus sebenarnya. Kita boleh cater market yang lebih besar. Untuk adapt to this situation, saya punya 2 cent adalah you kena limitkan complexity you kena reduce the complexity by limiting the menus. Menu banyak tapi raw dia semua sama. Itu adalah to reduce complexity.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. So now those are some of the tips from our entrepreneurs from Houseboom. And ladies and gentlemen, and we wanted to share some of the questions given by Miss Daisy and Mr. Hazim. And we are going to welcome back from Jogja, Mr. Shahrial. Mr. Shahrial, welcome back with the questions, please.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Shahrial, welcome back. I think they love your question. They love you, not only your hotel, they love to ask more questions about the strategies that you have done and the hotel has actually embraced. So please allow us to have some of the answers.
Okay. I think the first question is coming from Muhammad Alif Iqmal. It is regarding how does your hotel boost confidence and project arrival of international tourists to utilize your hotel services after COVID-19? Well, as you know, Jogja is one of the tourist destination in Indonesia where we welcome many international travelers. We work with inbound travel agents mostly. So what we're doing to boost their confidence back is actually conducting virtual hotel tours, just like what we did just now. So we are having a cooperation with the local travel agents that handles the inbound market. So we're having virtual hotel tours highlighting what we have done during this pandemic, especially.
So can we watch your virtual tour in your website?
Yes, it's also available in our YouTube channel as well. So all the health protocols that were in place during the hotels to boost their confidence when the borders reopens, so they know they feel safe when they stay with us. So we've introduced many health protocols, and we highlighted these measurements just to assure them that Jogja is safe. And also we work with the local tourism authority, with the Ministry of Tourism here in Jogja, because we also highlight Jogja as a safe destination to travel. So, and these virtual tours are conducted on a monthly basis as well to several of our clients that's handling the inbound tourists.
So your virtual tour keep on changing, Mr. Shahrial, is that right?
Yes. So, we've, for example, we have quite a number of Japanese group series previously before the pandemic. So we've done virtual tours in Japanese as well. So it depends on the market that we are targeting as well.
Because I've seen, Mr. Shahrial, some of the entrepreneurs, some of the hotels, they have only one virtual tour, stick to their website or stick to their YouTube, and it never change. And this is something that, we wanted to highlight that, we can't have something stagnant or static.
Yes. So we've actually, our virtual tours is designed based on the market that was given. I mean, for example, for domestic market, we've conducted many virtual tours for local Jakarta agents as well. What are their interests? Mostly like Jakarta people, they're mostly interested more to our recreational facilities. That's the example. And then while international travelers, apart from highlighting our hotel safety and then health protocols, we also highlighted what we are offering in terms of the city itself, in terms of Jogja. What do you be able to see when they came to our hotel or our city?
All right. So for the next question, Mr. Shahrial, do you mind to address the next question? And I think they are so eager to listen to you right now.
The next question is coming from Hazim. How SOP measures are taken on one of the strategies that you have mentioned? Maybe you can explain more about the SOP of the pool. Okay, we are still opening our pools during this pandemic, but of course there are many restrictions, despite we're selling the swimming pool vouchers or the pass for 1 month. But of course there's a limitations on the capacity as well. So now the capacity of the pool is 50% from before. So for example, where we used to have 40 sun deck chairs at the pool, now we set up only 20, which is half from the previous ones. And then we also previously our pool was open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now it's only from 10 to 6 p.m., 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So there are some limitations, of course, because we want to avoid many people gathering as well in the pool. So, and then they can only stay at the pool for a maximum of 2 hours. And normally our pool is busy over the weekends, but then weekdays where we mostly welcome those swimming pool pass holders, they utilize it more on the weekdays because it's more quiet. It's more for them it's more okay to spend the pool at the weekdays, because the weekends are mostly a little bit busier.
All right, Shahrial, I call him Ade, so definitely we will go to your pool. We would love to go to your pool. Thank you so very much again.
Thank you so much.
From Jogja, Ade, we are going to meet one of our best friend who is right now in Bali, Ubud. So let's welcome Mr. Haryana from Bali, Ubud, and he's online right now. Thank you so much, Mr. Shahrial, and let's move on from Yogyakarta to Ubud, Bali, and I'm sure many of us wanted to go to Bali once the borders are open. So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome from Bali. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back and welcome again to international webinar. And I'm here with me, one of the most handsome gentlemen in Ubud, Mr. Haryana. So Mr. Haryana, how are you today?
Very, very fine. Thank you, Dr. Kamril.
Okay, good to see you again over here, and we would
Yes.
love to know more about Bali right now. So you see,
Okay.
compared to Yogyakarta, where they have a lot of target market from different segment, and most of them right now coming from the local market.
Yes.
And before we move on, Mr. Hari, how do
Yes.
you think, and how is the climate like right now in Bali? Do you mind to share with us how?
Okay.
Because Bali has been relying so much on foreign tourists
Absolutely.
instead of the
Yes.
local market. So
Yes.
share with us, and we also sharing your hotel at the moment. And Mr.
Oh,
Hari, he
yes.
is the owner of Taman Harum Cottages in Ubud and also Bali Spirit. So
Yes.
tell us about Bali right now.
Okay, thank you for this time. I think in Bali, impact of the pandemic, tourism industry has been enormous. Yeah, this is not the first time Bali tourism has been hit by a crisis, because previously Bali was hit by SARS, terrorism attacks, volcanic eruption, and I'm admitted that this pandemic is the worst one. The Indonesian island of Bali will not open to foreign tourists until today due to coronavirus spread concern. The situation in Indonesia is not conducive to allow international tourists to visit the country, including Bali. The
So
tourism-
now there's no tourists going to Bali. I mean the
No.
foreign tourists. There's no foreign
Yes.
tourists right now.
No, absolutely not. The tourism contribute about 80% to Bali economy. Many bar, restaurant, hotel are temporarily closed. Some are closed permanently. The number of foreigners fly to Bali have dropped very sharply since Indonesia closed to its border to non-resident, like other country battling with the pandemic. Yeah. Hotel and restaurant has been struggling to survive, with many resort workers return home to their village to earn additional income. The impact of the pandemic has resulted in almost zero hotel occupancy. Hotels share the same strategy that include the permanently and temporary terminate employee, limit the use of hotel facility, spend efficiency, sell non-room product online, and refuse booking refund by changing visit schedule. In fact, since the last July, the island has turned to domestic visitor to help Bali tourism industry to recover. For example, like reopening the Bali beach, the temples, the place of interest, and other landmark to local traveler. During Christmas until New Year, there was increasing number local tourists from other islands of Indonesia to come visit Bali for a long holiday. And many hotel and restaurant has this impact in the revenue, even though only 2 weeks time. But today, as we speak, the number of local visitor has been decreasing again.
So,
Back to you.
Mr. Hari, I mean, it's interesting that we have local tourists going to Bali in the recent month. And what do you think about are they coming back to Bali? I mean, the local tourists.
Sure, of course. If there is a holiday again in this January and onward, they probably will come.
And what do you think about the survivability of hotels, especially in Bali at the moment? And what are the strategies?
The strategy. Honestly, this is from my own experience, managing the two hotels. Since the beginning of the pandemic, we still managing and operating the hotels. In fact, last February 2020, the occupancy was very, very good, around 80% occupancy. But starting early March, we have experienced many of our guests departed early to their home country. So many booking was canceled, some postponed until next year. We will assume that this pandemic will last like 3 to 4 months, but that's why we keep the hotel operating and with full team. At that time, we still have enough budget to support the operational cost with full staff. But then we realized that this is not over soon than what we expected. The strategy we took was to lower the room rate as lowest as possible to meet the domestic people's budget. We step by step decreasing the room price by 50% until the very bottom price, just enough to cover the room cost per night. And then absolutely not thinking about profit. So we started thinking hardly how to survive by doing a promotion, a title like Pay Now, Stay Later, where we start to take strategies step by
So
selling.
are you selling vouchers? Are you selling
Vouchers,
vouchers?
yes, a voucher to prospective tourists, like pay now system and stay later, which is valid until 2021 when conditions are safe to return to visit to Bali. Another title like staycation, day use, many other titles to get local attention, you know. So we also do marketing, of course, in social media, so Facebook or Instagram, online travel agent to attract local people to book with this attractive room price, and also a free use of swimming pool for outside guests. It's free. Assuming
Free
Yes.
usage. Just
Free.
now, our friend
Yeah.
in Jogja is selling vouchers, and now you are giving free usage of the
Yes.
swimming pool. How does it work? Share with
Yes.
us. I love swimming pool.
You know, with if they come and use the swimming pool, we assume that we will have consumed, on the food and beverage department.
Yeah.
And
So
even-
you are trying to generate revenue from your F&B by
Yes, exactly.
allowing them to use free swimming pool.
Yeah. Because if you're not using the pool, there will also the cost running, you know.
Yeah.
And then we also put a banner sign in front of the hotel's street, and we on the street nearby we have banner, and then we have special room rate and free use of swimming pool. And then we know this is not the time to get profit, you know, but at least it can support the operational cost. You know. But the demand was very, very low. No matter what we have been doing to attract local to stay and able to use the hotel facility, we also rent some of our free space of the hotel for outsiders to do their
Free
business.
again, free space.
Yeah, like yoga activity and even temporary school private group, you know, for private play group for young children, you know.
So you
And then,
allow those people to use your facilities for free.
Yes. Assuming that they will have consumed again at the F&B department.
Right. So you have yoga, you have a play school, and you allow people to use free swimming pool. Wow, that's interesting. And how's the reaction from the potential customers so far?
Well, in fact, they are very interesting with that offer. You know, we did few of that activity, the yoga, but we limited time or we limited number of people,
Numbers.
of course. Yeah, yes, of course. And let me continue. Now the local have many choices about where to stay and where they spend their money. So other hotel also in this area doing almost the same strategy. And they offer special room rate and other advantages. And then for us, it's become difficult and smaller to get a slice of the local market, and it become price war within the hotel industry. Back to you.
And Hari, someone asked, Datuk Sri Tengku Iskandar asked, how about spa? Is that allowed? Because Bali is so popular with spa. I remember the last time when we went to Bali, we love Balinese spa. And is that opening or is that operating right now?
No, they all closed.
So that means all
Closed.
hotel has to close the spa.
Yes, including our spa closed.
So what do you do with your spa right now? I mean, are you switching it or trying to do something with it?
Not yet, maybe later. Maybe we have to, on the business, a new business strategy, maybe turn it into maybe the layout, and then maybe the it's more open space. Maybe we can design that, because mostly the spa in indoor, yeah. So we wanted to change by outdoor, so it become more safety, during this time.
Brilliant, interesting. And one of the last questions that we wanted to ask you would be, what would be your new opportunities or businesses that you wanted to venture right now? I mean, with this, critical, situation, with the, unforeseen or unknown, what would be like in the next few months to come?
Okay. The new business opportunity, I think hotel must first have to focus on hygiene and cleanliness and safety certification. I think people will always want to get away, and then
I think in order to open a new business or existing business, we have to set the target market first, which is the local people, of course, yeah. And then for this time, people are still working from home. By opening a co-working space for them with open air concept, limited number of seats while maintaining social distancing, and provide a private room. And other also like for food and beverage department, selling a takeaway or delivery order. In fact, we have a pizzeria restaurant in front of our hotel, and that's cater for around people around this area. And also, we just opening our new additional facility in front of our hotel. It's a new barber shop. It's part of our new
Barbershop, a hair
facility.
salon.
Yes, and yeah, it's salon, and then it's also targeted for local people, you know. And then, as you mentioned before, the spa, our hotel spa facility has been temporarily closed since last year, and we are planning to open it again, but we have to do some changing in terms of interior and layout and make it more outdoor space. Yeah, hopefully this can generate additional income for us.
So the next time when I go to your hotel, I will be having an outdoor spa.
Yes, absolutely.
And also having my haircut too.
Yeah. Good. You can do that.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is very interesting that you have right now. You have a new business venture of having a hotel opening up a hair salon or a barber shop in front of the hotel in order to attract a different market by now. Yeah.
Different market. Yeah.
So, Hari, what about other hotels? What are they doing? Have you seen any improvement or anything that they have done based on your experience in Bali?
I think just keep maintaining the rooms, the facility, just clean it every day, maintain it while waiting for booking arrive, while waiting for the situation getting better. So we just stand by and get ready, basically.
So Hari, what would be your advice to most of the hoteliers, as you own 2 hotels of your own? And what we have seen, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Haryana owns 2 hotels. Both of them are boutique hotels, which is Bali Spirit Hotel and also Taman Harum Cottages. And for your information, guys, he is throwing 4 nights stay for free at his hotels when the borders are open. So watch out on our next lucky draw. So Mr. Hari is generous enough. So before we go, Mr. Hari, what would be your advice to the entrepreneurs?
I think entrepreneurs like me, we have to think very, very hard how to survive in this situation, because if we have the business, we have to try to. In fact, the first thing is if we have the budget to still opening and operating your hotel or restaurant. If that's enough, set it for 1 year, just to cover the fixed costs.
1 year.
Same like what I'm doing, like in the beginning of this pandemic. I have the budget to cover this worst time for 1 year, just enough to to pay the fixed cost.
So this is an emergency fund, huh?
Yes, we have to do that. We have to have the emergency fund, because like before, like I said, Bali, like tourism attack, like the volcano eruption, it's a lot of crisis we've been through before. So if you have enough budget and you have to fund the operation, I think you will be fine. And then not to mention other staff, they are very, very rely on the tourism industry. They don't have other jobs to do, because I treat my staff as my asset, So they've been working for me for many, many years up until now.
Wow, good point over there, ladies and gentlemen, entrepreneurs. Make sure that we have emergency fund. And now that we learned something, emergency fund should not only last for a few months, and Mr. Hari recommended for even for a year to stay afloat. And wow, that's something that everyone has to be able to think about. And to embrace for the next our phase of business endeavor. So Mr. Hari, your session is so overwhelming with your beautiful hotels, and I'm sure that we have some questions from the floor. So I would like to allow Miss Daisy to address the question from the registration point of time that we have some people already asking some questions. Over to you, Miss Daisy.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. Hello, Mr. Hari.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Thank you. It's a very great sharing. There's so much question we see on the chat room, but we have one question from our registration from Malaysia, from Ms. Su Ha Hui. Her question is, what are the best strategies that can be used by small industry to revitalize the businesses? Thank you.
Right.
Interesting question.
Okay. I think maintaining the first thing is maintaining good relationship with the previous customer and business partner, and also organizing the form of saving all existing resources, doing restructuring of payment to vendor and your supplier, and also doing market penetration to increase market share for an existing product or to promote new product. Useful strategy, of course, like advertising, banding product to attract into attractive saleable package, offering discount or lowering the rate to beat the competitor. So using on more than one platform for marketing, like you already know, like email marketing, social media, website, and also another strategy is market segmentation to divide the market into various segments according to their customer preference, interest, and their characteristic. Last but not least is partnership. Joining force with another business is almost viable method. You might choose to do this through merger or partnership with other business. It can bring significant benefit to all parties.
I do agree with you, Hari, because a lot of people always stand alone. They will always, what we call by working in silo, and they rather not to collaborate. Yeah.
What I've been doing is I with the hotel collaborate with the barber shop. I'm the owner of the place, and the operator are a different management. So I do collaboration because if we start a business and you don't know what to do and to start the business is let's find partner who know in that field.
Yes, absolutely agree. Thank you so much, Daisy, and I hope that questions have enlightened most of us. So we have another questions from the floor, from the chat box, and I would like to pass it over to Hazim to address the questions to Mr. Hari from Bali.
Hi, Ms. Hari. I'm Hazim. I'm representing one of the participant named Vincent Ang to read the question from the chat box.
Okay.
Yes. As you said that many hotels around Bali use the same strategy, which make you hard to compare for the target market. What are the action you do to make your hotel is not left behind? Any secret, confidential, or classified strategy? If you mind to share with us.
There's no secret strategy actually. Because,
they are now asking your secret, Mr. Hari.
Not really a secret. Well, I think everybody in the hotel industry will try their best to still opening and operating the hotel. But like I said before, in this pandemic, we have to more in focus on the health and safety for the guests. Like we have to do implementation of safety and hygiene procedure. That's the most important. So that in this during situation that we understand hygiene become our first focus for our guests feel more comfortable. We always put safety and hygiene as our priority for all guest convenience. Yeah, we make sure all the health protocol is applied in every touch point. Like the staff must wear mask, measuring body temperature to all the staff and even all to the guests, and providing hand sanitizer and wash basin at every checking point, and also applying the physical distancing on the hotel facility. Just to make sure that you sound that
the hotel have been doing in order to keep the hotel safety.
So thank you so much, Hazim, for the question. So, Hari, what would be your last word? I wanted to allow you to share about your hotel and, to promote your hotel as in our, one of our platinum sponsor for, for the prizes to go to Bali. So, and we can't wait for the borders to open. So, Hari, over to you and with your hotels.
I think everybody knows Bali already, so not
Ubud, yeah.
Well, Ubud is kind of different, and it's more laid back and not so many modern culture in Ubud, and I think if you search on internet, you will find out it's so many things to do in Ubud. For activity, also the cultural activity, the adventure activity. There are a lot of things to do, in fact, in Ubud. Maybe later when you guys come to Bali, and please stay in one of our hotel, and I will be your guide all the way
personally,
during your holiday. Personally, yeah.
Okay, definitely.
I'm waiting for that.
So, and to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I have been to both of the hotels of Mr. Hari of the Bali Spirit and Taman Harum. And if you've been there, and I think you wanted to stay more and longer at his place, it's so cozy. It is so, I would say, it is so green and it's so different. So try to move from Kuta, or they call it Kuta. Okay, try to move from Seminyak going into Bali, and most of the time, Ubud would be very popular among the bule. Bule means for the foreigners, or the mat saleh, or what's the Indonesian call it bule. Most of the foreigners, especially the European, Americans, and Australian, loves Ubud very much, but not among Asian. So guys, next time when you visit Bali, please stop by at this hotel of Bali Spirit and Taman Harum. All right, thank you so much, Mr. Hari from Bali.
Thank you so much.
And we are going to announce right now who is the lucky winner of the one-night stay at the Taman Harum Cottage in Ubud, Bali. So are you guys ready? So are you guys ready right now, ladies and gentlemen? Are you guys ready? So we are going to announce the winner in a few more seconds. Hari, so last word, just to say goodbye, and before we announce this.
Last goodbye. Say it again, Mr. Dr. Kamran.
Your last word before we say goodbye to Ubud Bali, and we're going to announce the winner.
Oh, okay. I'm looking forward for you guys to come to Bali and probably able to stay in one of my hotel. Just we have to wait. I think we have to wait when the situation is getting better and safety. So I'm looking forward for you guys to come to Bali, and especially Ubud, and stay at one of my hotel, Bali Spirit Hotel and Taman Harum Hotel. I see you guys there.
Okay, someone is going to see you soon once the border is open. So Zahira, over to you. We have a name that we are going to announce right now. So Zahira, over to you right now. Zahira?
Yes, drum roll please, because the drum
right now, the drum is
this
going to roll
particular
right
person
now.
is going to meet Mr. Hari in Taman.
Louder, please,
in
louder,
Taman
Zahira,
Harum.
louder.
Okay, this particular gentleman will meet Mr. Hari in Taman Harum Bali for one night stay. Congratulations, Fong Jun Wai.
All right,
Fong Jun Wai. Congratulations.
See you soon.
Please do not forget to give us your details in the WhatsApp link. We will give the WhatsApp link in the chat box. Okay. Thank you, Fong Jun
All
Wai.
right, Mr. Hari will be waiting for you for the lucky
Sure.
winner to Bali, and we will send to you the e-voucher for you to redeem anytime within a year once the border is open. So welcome to Bali. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the next session of the video presentation. So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the next video presentation for you to enjoy. So roll over to the video right now. So thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just got a cue from our technical team that our quizzes game is now ready. So I hope everybody is ready. It's now on your screen. Please, I would remind you to use your real name so that we can find you easily later. Okay, you can start login now with the game code and enter your real name so that we can avoid confusion of the winners.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Zahira had announced for you to join. So a lot of people now joining. Who knows, you could be another winner for another room, probably in Bali. So Zahira, what do you think?
Oh my God.
Louder, please, Zahira.
I can see that our numbers are increasing and we are
Yes.
going to start right now, okay?
So
All
we
right.
are now having more than 100 participants logging in, and you might be the winner to Bali.
Yes. As I said just now, there will be 3 winners. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Boom! Yeah. The quizzes are now going on, and right now, so please answer the questions. So the questions is all interesting and very, very easy. So ladies and gentlemen, put your name right and your
I can already see that the first place has
yeah. So we are now
dominated.
playing the game, and
it's a very tight spot.
yeah, this is like, you know, a very, very interesting part where Mr. Kwa is up there, you know, trying to win something great. So yeah, so
okay, we have
so
Mr.
we
Kwa and
also have from Kyla from Seoul trying to win something here. So ladies and gentlemen, a few more minutes, a few more seconds to go.
I
3
can
more
see
questions to go.
I can see somebody else is trying to take over. It's now Hidayah.
Yeah, wow. Okay, now this is one of the last questions. So it's all about speed, ladies and gentlemen. One more question. It's all about speed.
Yep, it's about speed.
Yep. The last question. Wow. Okay, the last question. We have the last chance for you to win. So ladies and gentlemen, so please make sure you try your best bet to win. And now we can see one Nabila all done.
Yep.
Wow. All right. Yes.
Okay.
So, woohoo.
All right, I can see that. Let's see who is in the first place right now.
So
Okay,
we are now counting. The system is now counting,
Counting,
counting
yes.
and counting and counting and counting.
Okay,
And
we have the winner. Congratulations, Wan Nabila Kyla, and Anis Atira for winning the game. Okay, so to the winner, please personally WhatsApp the organizer your name, phone number, and address. The WhatsApp link is in the chat box. Thank you and congratulations once again.
So, ladies and gentlemen, so now we are about to announce, we already announced it, and then we will announce, and you will have the surprise prizes or gift when we send you the email or link, and you will see what you will win. So, ladies and gentlemen, the next session we will go. I pass it to you, Zahira.
What a great strategy to sustain the hospitality industry. Now, let's bring ourselves to go to Bali. Let's go!
What's up, guys? It's been a whole new year and a brand new journey for all of us. And today, I'm here to share some of the best, luxurious and comfy accommodation that you could get to experience with your family, friends, or even by yourself. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Let's talk about Taman Harum Hotel and Spa, which located at Jalan Raya Mas, Ubud, Bali, Indonesia. Don't let the entrance fool you. In the inside, it is an authentic cottage with tons of greenery, keeping a calm ambience vibe with beautiful pool area. The rooms are also spacious and equipped with full service spa and restaurant, which is suitable for anyone to have their stay. For the second accommodation on the list, we have the Bali Spirit, which also located at Ubud, Bali, Indonesia. The place is quite exquisite with top quality design of architectures all around the area. It is also compacted with a thorough amount of greenery surrounding the place with amazing pool and balcony for family and friends to hang out.
Oh my god, what a very romantic place to go for a honeymoon! And now we will proceed on watching the video from our platinum sponsor.
RHR Group is a homegrown brand in Malaysian hospitality industry. Began operation in 1993 when it was first registered as Resident Hotel Management. RHR Group managed several properties across Malaysia and Indonesia. The RHR Group business division comprised of 4 unique functions in expressing Malaysian hospitality. RHR Hospitality managed a collection of hotel and resort in the region with a passion for sharing Malaysian warmth. RHR Hospitality continuously strives to achieve sustainable growth and deliver a memorable experience to the guests. RHR F&B Service manage cafe and F&B establishment across Peninsular Malaysia. With a professional culinary service team, they consistently delivering a great F&B experience. RHR Lifestyle and Wellness is focused on providing holistic wellness and leisure services. With the signature Dang Spa, RHR is committed to grow presence in the region. RHR Facility Management provide expertise in managing a diverse range of facilities from private condominiums to exclusive airport lounge. RHR Facility Management focus on delivering comprehensive management services that are aligned to the strategic objective of the facility owners.
Once again, I'll be handing over to Dr. Kamril for the next session.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Zahira, again. So now we are coming up to our one of the best forum session, and I will be cordially inviting one of the most handsome, very credible, and very outgoing and passionate entrepreneur, Dato' Eric Chong. So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Dato' Eric Chong to the floor. So Dato' Eric, welcome to the webinar. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are now about to do a discussion on revolution and the evolution of tourism industry. So, ladies and gentlemen, Dato' Eric is the owner of the Erican Education Group and the president of Branding Association of Malaysia. And ladies and gentlemen, we would love to have your questions on branding or anything similar, because Dato' Eric is well versed and has been in the market for a very, very long time. So we would like to welcome Dato' Eric to the floor, and we would love to hear what he has to share with us right now. So Dato' Eric, over to you. So Dato' Eric, how are you today?
Very well, thank you. Can you hear me?
We hear you loud and clear, and as usual, you look so vibrant today. So Dato',
thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Dato'.
Well, I mean, I'm an old man who's been around for too long.
Not that old.
But even though, let's see, sorry. Let me put on my earphone. Even though I've been around for quite some time, but you see, the interesting about life is that you keep learning something new. So this year is definitely
you mean last year 2020, that
oh, you're right. So last year
we missed last year, aren't we?
I mean, I think we've basically lost the concept of time, you know. I think what is interesting is that we are starting to look at the world with a very different perspective. I think the world we used to think that it was is no longer what it is. And so I think entrepreneurs, corporate champions, everybody is now thinking about the world, basically using, a new paradigm. I think there is a tremendous paradigm shift in terms of how business should be done, how life should be lived, things like that. So I think this is a momentous, a very critical time for the world. I mean, and we're not just talking about the pandemic, we're talking about all the things that are happening throughout the world, geopolitics, technological advancement, things like that. So I think in a way, it is very fortunate to be alive at this time.
All right, Dato', interesting introduction. So Dato', you have been everywhere right now. I mean, everywhere in terms of different businesses, and also not only in Malaysia and also international. And Dato', with this pandemic COVID-19, what do you see as in giving us the revolution of the business?
You see, I'm involved in pretty much, well, I mean, I'm not involved in every sector, but I'm quite exposed in a few different areas. Say, for example, if you're talking about, one of the areas that I'm in, education. Education has seen its biggest threat as well as its biggest opportunity. In this new world, the threat is that conventional education has not been possible for a while, and like I think one of the speakers said, I think was it Mr. Hari, who said that initially, we were sort of assuming that the pandemic would last for 3 months. This is
Yeah.
what everybody thought.
Everybody
I mean-
expect that will be over soon. Don't you think so?
I mean, no.
It's just like SARS.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, initially, when a government announced a 14-day MCO, we were like, hey, come on. How can it be over 14 days? It's going to take, guess what? 3 months, okay? So it was like, yeah, 3 months, 3 months. It's like, that was a big deal. My God, I mean, we're still in it. And so now I think we are thinking, oh, it's going to be another half a year, it's going to be another half a year.
Indeed. Yeah.
So we don't know. But what
We
I'm
don't know
saying,
yet.
but what I'm saying is that, so the conventional delivery of education is not possible, has given rise to online education. And online education has its advantages as well as disadvantages. But what we're seeing is a huge opportunity and also a huge threat given the current situation. Say, for example, I'm also involved in media. So I'm a company director of actually the world's largest Chinese media in the traditional sense outside of China. So all the Chinese newspapers you read in Malaysia and Hong Kong, as well as in Chinatowns all over the world, they're mostly published by us, including Asia Week, the Chinese edition. So anything Chinese. Like the traditional media has been hit not by the pandemic, but by technological, innovation. So we're saying that the world is so fast changing, and we're talking about tourism. Now, I think the biggest change in tourism will not be, I don't think the pandemic is able to change tourism that much, so to speak. Tourism is such a basic need of human being. It is like eating. I mean, you got to eat, man. I mean, no matter what, you got to eat. Tourism is something that is so important. Like, say, for example, I'm talking about China. You know what? I mean, China was the first country to have the disease, the virus, and also the first country to have overcome it. So they overcame, the pandemic in basically 6 months, right? So it was totally according to them, right? So, but in a way, it is true. And one of the amazing things they saw was that the minute the pandemic was in control, tourism industry, thank you,
the biggest beneficiary, of the pandemic, and they call that revengeful spending. So the money that they did not get to spend for 6 months, they spent it all.
So you mean they accumulated the spending?
Oh my God, it was explosive, and that's why a lot of the tourism players did not exactly lose much, because the money they lost for 6 months they made back. Given a few long holidays and all that. Now I'm telling you, I was here throughout the day, and I think the speakers did a fantastic job, and of course, the superstar, moderator, Dr. Kamril, Dr. Kamril, the superstar, did a fantastic job, and in sussing the secrets, the trade secrets from these guys,
speakers, yeah.
And I think, so I think the thing is this, the key thing is to hang in there, and that is of course a very big challenge. I mean, I think very few people understand the real situations of entrepreneurs, owners of resorts, hotels, airlines. Talk to Tony Fernandez, talk to people who own these things. So
the degree of pain that they're experiencing now is probably beyond words already. It's not something words can describe. Now, I run, a business. One of my main businesses is English education, language education. So I'm a veteran English teacher, so to speak, right? So, but I cannot even find the right adjectives to describe, how these guys are feeling, and what is what is happening. And so, but I think to use the simplest of language, hang in there for as long as you can. I'm talking to myself. Well, I'm talking to everybody, right? Hang in there for as long as you can, because if there's life, there's hope. And I tell you, the life after the pandemic for the tourism industry is going to be an amazing one. I can assure you, because what we see in China will be seen when the world recovers everywhere. I think tourism is going to explode, man. I mean, that's how I looked at it. Yeah.
Right. Seems that the tourism is going to explode once borders are open. What would you suggest to the industry players to do right now, or to hang in there and planning something? What is the planning or innovation that we have to do? Another secret, huh?
I mean, put it this way. I think now the best you can do is to build, enough pent-up energy so that when the market becomes available and open, you are the most explosive one. I think that's the best anybody can do at this point. I was intrigued by the free swimming pool and the free yoga and the free things and all that. And I think that is really very entrepreneurial. Very entrepreneurial, and I can imagine the impact was not extremely big. I mean, I think no matter what you give free, I think it is not going to, in a way, bring back 100% of the business. I mean, we're talking about 50% of the business, not even easy. Maybe is it 20%, 15%, but that I think doesn't matter. What matters is that entrepreneurial, perseverance. I mean, entrepreneurs being entrepreneurs, in a way, the spirit should be that you never succumb to, I think the word is succumb. We try our level best not to succumb to market reality, to challenges and all that. I think we always try to hang in there for as long as we can. And
So, Dato', what hanging there, what would be the so-called the game changer that we're supposed to play?
Definitely, the social media marketing has become the key thing. Put it this way, I think social marketing has always been there, but it's never been fully realized, before the pandemic. I mean, guys who use social media to promote their businesses and all that, I think they were doing well, doing better. Those who didn't do it, they lived as well, they survived as well, because there were other ways to do business. But I think over the past 12 months, people have come to realize that social media has been the only way for anybody to sort of hang in there. And so I have seen.
What about your social media? Would you want us to promote you as a as an icon? So go on, Dato'. I'm just teasing you.
Oh, please do so. I mean, do justice to people like us, but never. No, that's a joke. But what I'm seeing is this: I've seen some of my friends turning into influencer, entrepreneurs. I mean, these guys were very quiet before, and they were quietly making their money. They were happy about it. And then came the pandemic. They were like, oh my God, what do I do? And quite a few of them actually picked up the microphone or put a camera in front of them and started speaking. And guess what? I think that in a way totally transformed the way they do business as well, because they became they may not speak extremely well. They may not be the star speakers.
There's always a star, don't you think so?
Right, but being in front of the camera gives them give the market a sense of the essence of that brand. If you've started that brand, and even though you don't speak very well, but if you're there talking about your brand, it's so real. Rather than getting actors and celebrities talking about your brand, if you can actually be the one talk about it, I think that will be the biggest game changer. Be a Tony Fernandez. Hey, who says only Tony Fernandez can do it? Everybody can. Put it this way:
that's why we have Eric Can.
If Eric can, it's okay. But that's
the Eric Can College.
Oh well,
it's because of your name, Dato. Yeah, it's Eric Can. So it's an Erican. So Dato, it's so very interesting. And how do you think that entrepreneurs, as in general, rather they are in the small business or in hospitality or education, how do you think that we as entrepreneurs, including myself, to have a paradigm shift in our mind?
You see, I think, human nature, there are two things that motivate us, right? Now, the first thing that motivates us is pleasure. So we are pleasure seekers. So tourism industry is about pleasure. So that's why it's important. So we pursue pleasure. And the second motivating factor, which is probably stronger than the the pursuit of pleasure, is the avoidance of pain, right? So, in Chinese, we say, 我们追求快乐，我们逃离痛苦, right? So you avoid pain, you pursue pleasure, not pressure, pleasure.
Pleasure.
Right? Pleasure. We avoid pressure, we pursue pleasure. So the thing is this, I think this pandemic period has become the defining moment for entrepreneurs, because we've never had so much time to think. People have always been traveling. They work 24/7.
We're so busy with operation.
Yeah, we were so you're right, Dr. Kamril. We were always preoccupied with operational issues, tapping into different opportunities, and it's just busy. It's nothing. There was never a time when we could say, let's sit back, let's take a step back.
Yeah.
Let's meditate a little bit. Let's read a book. Let's read some books. Let's quiet ourselves down. Let's learn.
Let's learn.
Let's not just learn from the world's best. Let's also talk to our peers and let's learn from one another.
Precisely.
And I think this is an amazing
moment.
Sabbatical for everybody. Come on, if you are just always doing the routine, what kind of breakthrough can you expect? But what if you
definitely, I love that word. What would be a breakthrough that we're gonna get if we keep on repeating the same thing over and over again?
Yeah, so, you have your 10% growth, 20% growth, 50% growth. What about 10? But those are natural growths. These are not. But with this one full year of being locked down, having read books, seen videos, interacted with peers, learned from the best.
Webinars.
I think everybody has, in a way, been elevated to the next levels. And that's why I think I am very optimistic that the world is ready for phenomenal change.
Yeah.
Not just because we progress anyway, but because of this crisis. It's given us it's shaken the system so much. It's shaken our head so much. It's given us time, and so I think amazing things will happen. And in fact, a lot of my friends, my peer entrepreneurs, they have become philosophical entrepreneurs. So now it's not just about making
that's
money.
amazing.
Now
That's amazing
everybody is
by
like,
now.
yeah, everybody is like, hey, you know, I have a new philosophy. You know? That's good. That's good.
So Dato, your one last word to everyone, to our beloved participants who has been so loyal to our session, and I think I'm so happy that you have heard about all the swimming pool. We talk about so much of swimming pool. I mean, my swimming pool at my condo is now closed recently yesterday. You know, no free swimming by now. So Dato, your last word for every one of us, including myself.
Well, first of all, I think, you know, this is amazing webinar. I think the interest has been rather sustained. I'm looking at the participants now. It says 490. I think when I first came in, it was about 600 plus. Given the nature of any online stuff, okay?
To be honest, Dato, we actually have almost 1,000 registration.
Yeah.
But because of the timing of between, you know, one country to another, and we also have participants from Germany who are now watching live at about 6 a.m. in the morning.
Well, I mean, I think, you know, the best thing about anything online is that you really don't just count the online participants. You need to count the total participants, because people will come in at different times and they'll still be able to participate. So I think this is an amazing crowd. It's a very interested crowd. I think these are, you know, industry practitioners. They could be hotel owners. They could be, you know,
restaurant owners,
educators. You know, people who are basically related to the industry. So yeah, sorry.
Dato, because you are so energetic, we have so many questions for you, and we wanted to point out the first questions that we got, and I will pass it over to Miss Daisy. So Miss Daisy, over to you right now, Miss Daisy.
Right, thank you, Dr. Kamrel. Hello, Dato. It was a very inspiring sharing. It's very
thank you.
As always, Daisy, as always, if you meet Dato in person, you will be like over the moon.
Yeah, it's really a wake-up call, you know, especially the part whereby, you know, you have to evaluate things. You know, it's time to wake up. There's no more a peace moment as before COVID. Right, Dato, I have a question. I'm just moving forward from Mabeline Garvida from the Philippines, from the registration. She is asking, what is the best tips on how she can retain her hospitality businesses to survive in this pandemic? Thank you, Dato.
You know, I think that this is the $1 million question, right? It's not a $1 million question, it's a multi-million-dollar question, because tourism industry is capital intensive. If something that can characterize a hospitality industry, I mean, come on, you build a hotel, it takes 100 million ringgit, or at least, you know, 30 million US, right? So it is not a very cheap industry to, or low entry barrier thing to do. F&B can be, you know, of low entry barrier, but if you're talking about hospitality, hotels, even the smallest boutique hotels will still cost you millions. So I think the biggest question is how owners of, you know, the hospitality industry are able to sustain themselves until the world resumes its normal, you know, activities. Now, and we're talking about cash flow here. This is cruel. This is something brutal. We cannot pretend that, you know, it is easily sustainable. It also depends on your DNA. Say, for example, not everybody is born equal, and that's correct. You know, some people, they've got deep pockets, maybe not from themselves, but maybe their parents, maybe you know, is inherited. So they are naturally in better positions to sustain themselves. Some entrepreneurs, you know, the zero to hero guys, they probably depended a lot on financing. So they probably borrow 80% of their investment, and maybe they just started the business 5 years ago, and they're I think entrepreneurs out there, you hear me, I hear you. I mean, we are talking about the same language, we're speaking the same language. So yeah, and you have a huge commitment to honor every month. It could be a few million, it could be tens of million, it could be a few 100,000, depending on your tolerance level. And so how do you get through this? I think one, you try to bring in as much daily, income as you can. Give the swimming pool away, give the yoga lessons away, try to sell some kacang putih, nasi lemak, I don't know. But I think we just need to try our level best to see how we can sustain ourselves as much as possible. And the second thing is that if you're not able to sustain yourself, because we don't know how much longer this thing is going to last, we believe that in the worst case scenario, it is 6 months, but who are we to say this, right? We thought it was 3 months, okay? So another 6 months, we hope, is the worst case scenario, given the availability of vaccines and all that. But let's not even count on that. So how do we hang in there for the time being? I think really, I heard a very good idea just now, and I just want to reiterate this point. I think some kind of partnership could be very, very helpful at this point. Yeah, some kind of partnership would be very, very helpful at this point. Some people have money, some people have assets, some people have branding, some people have ideas. Some people have ideas, some people have technical know-how, things like that. Why don't we come together and say how we can sort of leverage on each other's strengths? Okay,
yeah, resources and skills.
This is not the time to hide in our house and cry. This is a time to go out there. If we can't go out physically, but be in a conference like this, be in Zoom meetings with your friends and colleagues and all that, and see how we can come together to overcome the current situation. At least sustain ourselves for as long as we can until the world recovers. Last point, if not, if partnership is not possible, then I think talk to the banks, and you have to, if you have to kneel in front of the bankers, do so. That's what it is.
Going to the bank and ask for anything that you can.
Anything at all.
Sometimes it's not all about the money, it's really about probably the connection and the network. Yep.
Oh,
definitely. We have one more questions from participants who actually addressed it through our chat box, and we would like to call upon Hazim to address the questions, please. Hazim, over to you.
Hello everyone, I'm back again, and good afternoon, Dato. I really love your energy in this webinar, Dato. I really admire you. Your superb energy, Dato.
Everyone loves you by now, so that's why we save the best for last.
Okay, Dato. I'll be reading the question from Mr. Nur Shafika, and the question is, how can we survive in this education industry, mostly that are pursued in hospitality education during this pandemic, Dato?
That is my question as well. It is not easy. It is very, very, very challenging.
It's everyone's question, I think, Dato.
Everybody's question. This is I think some kind of mergers and acquisitions will have to take place, to be honest with you. Now, I mean, if you are running an institution which is funded by the government, congratulations. Okay, because the government is a government at the end of the day. No matter how poor a government claims it is to be, it is still no problem. No problem. Okay, there will still be taxpayers' money. But assuming you're a private owner like myself, then this is a very serious question. Because this pandemic has been, stretched, and it was not anticipated, for the duration to be so long. And we're not at the end of the tunnel yet. We don't know what we're talking about. like I said, I think best case scenario, it will probably be easing off in 3 months. A worst case scenario, nobody knows. But I think we sort of expect the whole thing to be not over, but to be looking good in 6 months, to be totally over in 12 months. I think that's what everybody believes in, conventional wisdom. So I think we need to ask ourselves whether or not we have the means to last for 12 months. I'm asking myself, I think, my peers are asking themselves. Some of my peers have already exited the market. And these are real questions. And so I think probably there just needs to be this industry town hall, I mean, I think we just need to sit down together with industry players.
And this is the reason that why we are having this as a small scale. I consider this as a small scale because initially this is a class. This is, to be honest, this is my class project. And this is a master's class project. And it escalates to the point that we have to this level. And, something has to start somewhere. Don't you think
so? Somewhere. This is also a fantastic opportunity for everybody because never were entrepreneurs so vulnerable. You got to understand this as well. Entrepreneurs used to be very proud people. I mean, I'm a boss, I'm like walking tall, I'm almost like, they think I'm boss, I'm God. God. I mean, you are now probably, talk to Donald Trump, okay? Talk to President Trump. And have a feel of what it's like to be in a crisis, okay? So I think entrepreneurs throughout the world are feeling this vulnerability. This is the best time to negotiate with them. This is the best time.
Okay, Dato', thank you so very much, Dato'. Dato', thank you so very much. It was so inspiring, full of energy, vibrant, and also emotions. Dato', even someone was asking me just now in the chat room, do you have your YouTube channel? So Dato',
yes, I do actually.
Yeah, Dato',
go to Grandpa Eric. I'm a grandfather, okay?
So go to Grandpa Eric. So Dato' would be able to share in the link later on the chat room. Dato' has his own YouTube, and then probably some of you will be able to join Dato' and give more support to him, and probably, who knows, he will be the next YouTuber within this year. So Dato', bring it on. All right.
Well, I mean, this YouTube channel is actually a channel for young people. I mean, it's just a Grandpa Eric story time kind of thing. Yeah.
So I'm young too, Dato'. So thank you so much for complimenting me on the screen.
Well, you're a superstar,
thank you so much again. Thank you so very much again. All the best to you,
thank
Dato'.
you. All right, thank you very much.
We are moving on to the next session, and as being, one of the most awaited moment for us to announce the next winner, who has been so engaging, and he is so unique until this point. And a lot of people keep on asking me, who is this gentleman? Who is this gentleman? And for your information, this gentleman is gonna win one night stay at the most very, very unique Bali Spirit boutique hotel in Ubud. And you must be spotting him just now. A clue. He is wearing a very nice traditional Malay costume. And who is this guy? Let's give him applause, a big applause to Muhammad Faiz Abdul Rafiq. Muhammad Faiz Abdul Rafiq. Big clap to you, Rafiq, for being so attentive, so energized. So Muhammad Faiz Abdul Razak, you are one of our winners. So Muhammad Faiz, so I'll give you a chance to speak up a little bit of what you have seen so far with all of your is at the back. So Muhammad Rafiq, so over to you for 1 minute. Allow him. Allow Muhammad Rafiq. So Muhammad Rafiq, we are going to allow you to speak up over here, and I hope you have a microphone over here. So yeah, over to you, Muhammad Rafiq.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good evening. Good afternoon by now, Muhammad Rafiq. Muhammad Faiz, where are you from?
Okay, I'm from Kota Tinggi, Johor, and now work from home.
All right, it's being hit hard by the flood, I heard.
Yes. At the after this weekend, I have a cleaning up basement.
So what makes you you know, so energetic today wearing the costume? So allow us to know.
Okay, so basically I'm a Busana practitioner, and I'm also a Silat practitioner. So I'm holding this costume in my closet for presentation. So that's why I think this is an international webinar. So why not? I'm putting an traditional attire.
Good job, good strategy. I think we have learned from Muhammad Faiz of his strategy of wearing such a very, very unique costume. And ladies and gentlemen, Muhammad Faiz, we would love to allow you to click in on the link to promote what you're doing on the chat box. And many of us will be able to learn the silat or the defensive movement of the Malays. So, you know, Muhammad Faiz, thank you so very much. And congratulations again for winning one night stay at the Bali Spirit Hotel Ubud. So congratulations and welcome to Bali. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, the next session we will go is to share our next video of presentation that we wanted you to share on the sponsorship video. So ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the next video before we go on to the next level of winners.
Memories are only left now. Looking at memories makes me miss you more. Dear you, I miss you. I wonder how long we still need to face this. I wish I can travel freely like before.
Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you so much. And now, this is the time that people are waiting for. Firstly, the winner for ViewCam Award goes to Muzaffar Aidan and Farahin Adila. And then, we also have chosen a Prince and Princess of the Day. Congratulations to Musaddiq Othman and Azra Dahia. All winners, please provide your name, phone number, and address at our webinar email that we attach inside the chat box. Congratulations to all the winners. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for staying with us until now. For the best part of the webinar, we are now providing you our platinum sponsor video, the Heaven All Suite Resort Ipoh. Now remember, please beware of every detail inside the video that we are showing now. Enjoy!
This is a grand prize, ladies and gentlemen, so please watch the video carefully.
Now, are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen.
You are given 30 seconds to answer the question. Please post your answer in the chat box. The fastest hit the jackpot.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have seen so many people giving their answers, and we will actually now going through the names, and we will select the winner soon. And before we announce the winner, we would like to have someone all the way from Berlin, Germany, to have to say something. And what's the time right now in Berlin, Germany? Harina, are you there? Are you there, Harina? Harina, are you there? All right, Harina, are you there? We are having someone from all the way from Berlin, Germany, and we wanted to, can you pin the Harina, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, okay.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, pin. Let's pin Harina. So Harina, how are you?
I'm fine here. I just got up. Today is at 3 o'clock, 3 a.m. in the morning.
What time? What's the time right now in Berlin?
5:48. 5 in the morning, 48 minutes.
What's the time again?
5 o'clock, 48 minutes. This almost 6 p.m. in the morning.
So Harina, what do you think so far? How's things?
It was really great. Yeah, I'm very impressed joining this webinar today. Yeah, it's an interesting theme full of secret of businesses and strategy from speakers, and of course, it's great moderator, Dr. Key, and wishing all speakers to talk about more detail, missing information. That's really I learned a lot from this. Yeah, full of knowledge.
So
and also
I heard also, apart from you watching our webinar, you have another friend who's also watching from Berlin. Who is that? What?
I can't see. I mean, I will have a look, yeah, because I just distribute the about the webinar information
Yeah, so I
to
saw
all
your
my
cat.
friends.
I
Yeah.
saw your cat also watching us.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the quiet participant.
The quiet participant. So Harina, thank you so very much. Thank you
Thank
so very
you.
much waking up early in the morning just to join us from Berlin, Germany. So ladies
Okay,
and
thank you.
gentlemen, so inshallah for the next time around when we organize a webinar, we will organize on the later day, on the later time of the day, so that Harina doesn't have to wake up early in the morning at the, at the wee hour. So I think we are now about to announce our winner. So over to you, Zahira. Are we ready? And the best part about this winner, he or she will win one of the most grand prize of our webinar for today. So over to you, Zahira.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Doctor. So, ladies and gentlemen, the most awaited moment.
All right, so Zahira, let's roll the drum and let's see who is the winner. And because I think there are so many answers that we have, to the point that we got so confused. We are not confused about the answer. We are confused who to choose because it's all about the speed. All right, so are we ready to roll the drum, ladies and gentlemen? All right, over to you, Zahira.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the most awaited moment of the webinar, the grand prize of the Lakeview Suite Bedroom at the Heaven All Suite Resort Ipoh, worth 1,000 ringgit, goes to Mr. Amir Idris. Mr. Amir Idris, please personally WhatsApp the organizer your name, phone number, and address. The WhatsApp link is in the chat box. Thank you and congratulations once again. Before we proceed to the photo session, we seek cooperation to please share with us your feedback. The link will be in the chat box. Upon completion of the feedback, you will receive an e-certificate. Your feedback is essential for us to produce an even more successful event in the future. Thank you for your cooperation. And also we will select a random evaluations that will win, special prizes.
Okay, E50.
All right, thank you so much, Zahira. So please, ladies and gentlemen, again, please fill up the link in the chat box. We will provide the link in the chat box right now in order for you to fill up the feedback, and definitely we will give you the e-certificate which we will send to you very, very soon. So please fill up the evaluation form. So we are going to go for the next session, which is the video.
We have
and before we go to the video, we will also do our photo session. And Zahira, Zahira, are we going to do our big smile right now, Zahira?
Yes, please. So I have to ask everyone to open the camera.
Yes, please, everyone, please open up your camera, and we will be a few sessions that we have to snap, because we have right now for 428 participants. So there will be a few sessions that we have to snap. So put on your best smile, ladies and gentlemen. Are we ready? So please put your best smile.
Ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to invite all of you to join for a photo session. Please open your camera so that we can see your beautiful and handsome smiles. On my cue. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, another one, please. 1, 2, 3, and smile. We should do another one. 1, 2, 3, and smile.
I keep on smiling.
Okay, how about one last one? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Big smile this time. Yay! Okay, so before we end the session, as people always said, save the best for the last. Hence, here is the one last video for you guys.
We also have a surprise for the winner soon.
Thousands more are fighting for their lives in hospitals. COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
Declaring a national emergency.
Never stopped flying. We were the largest international operator.
We miss this. We just landed, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have landed at Kuala Lumpur International Airport. It is a safety requirement that you remain seated until the aircraft comes to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign has been switched off. To our visitors, selamat datang to beautiful Malaysia, and to Malaysians, welcome home. Hospitality International Webinar 2021 and the rest of the crew would like to thank you for choosing us. We look forward to seeing you again.
All right, thank you, Zahira, for your announcement just now. I think by now you should be flying soon. All right, Zahira, we are coming up to the end of the session. And ladies and gentlemen, I would love to hear more and more feedback, and I would really appreciate if you could give your feedback to the link provided below. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the end that we have to do for the closing speech. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that all of you have well done throughout the webinar, and it's my great pleasure that you have a fruitful discussion. Through, I think 3 hours is not enough. I'm sure it's not enough, and I think many of you have glued to the screen very well. Thank you so very much again. I would like to thank all the wonderful people behind me and all of my team, especially the students, the Arikan, and everyone, and the sponsors too, and share with their dedicated and commitment and the experiences and ideas. All of you taking the time out from your busy personal and professional schedule means the world to me and my team. Thank you so very much again. I would like to close my remarks and officially announce the end of the webinar. Wishing you the future prosperity of all the participants, and be reminded that you might be receiving an email from all of us that you might be the winner of today, and you will never know as you register just now. So don't feel sad, don't feel bad of not winning anything. You will never know, something will pop out in your email very, very soon. So ladies and gentlemen, before we leave, I would leave you guys with a very, very nice and very laid back tips from our businesswoman who has been very, very hardworking, Miss Serena Chef Datuk Rizwan, and she will share a lot of information and tips. And we also have our video how we did it. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a very, very good day ahead and stay safe. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
COVID-19 ni ada yang tersungkur, terduduk, ada yang kembang. Serina punya cerita.
Okey, memang selogiknya semua orang bermasalah dalam bisnes sekarang ni, tapi saya always positif. Bagi saya, kita ada backup plan. Bila COVID sekarang berlaku, ramai orang mungkin tak ada kemampuan, pendapatan makin orang kata merundu jatuh, ada yang terbuang kerja. Jadi untuk peniaga pula, jangan shop sendiri. Bila peniaga, jangan jual produk yang mahal sekarang sebab orang tak mampu. Jadi try jual produk yang tak mahal, mampu dimiliki.
Kenapa ramai sangat orang dia rasa tak begitu confident dengan pendigitalan. Jadi cerita sikit, ramai usahawan tak begitu digital.
Okey, sebenarnya Dr. Ramril, kebanyakan peniaga ni dia dah biasa jual secara normal, maksudnya ke kedai, permis, offline. Okay, tiba-tiba wujud pula sistem online macam website, lepas tu jual di social media, Instagram dan sebagainya. Bagi Serina, walaupun dia tak ada ilmu tu, cuba belajar untuk jual online sebab jual online sangat efektif. Yang kelebihan yang saya nampak jual online ni, kita boleh menjual produk di luar KL. Kalau contoh saya di kedai kat sini, saya hanya boleh jual di kawasan itu saja. Tetapi sekiranya online, saya boleh jual di seluruh negeri Malaysia dan setiap bulan di negara lain juga, mungkin Singapura dan Brunei.
Video for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Nasihat saya kepada usahawan di luar sana, sekiranya anda nak berjaya dalam perniagaan, yang pertama sekali, jangan mudah give up. Sebab cabaran pasti ada. Okay? Yang keduanya, always percaya ilmu. Bila you berniaga, you tak ada ilmu, masalah. Okay. Ketiga, you must know your product. You mesti in love dengan produk you. Because when you jual something, you mesti tak boleh nak explain ke orang macam mana orang nak beli barang itu. Okay? Yang keempat, yang saya percaya, yang saya buat, tips saya adalah the power of giving. Every time saya ada pelanggan yang membeli banyak dengan saya akan sedekah sesuatu kepada dia supaya bila pelanggan dapat hadiah, dia akan semua datang lagi dan dia akan kongsi berikan kepada keluarga dia pula. Dan yang kedua pula adalah bila kita berniaga, kalau boleh kita ni cuba bantu juga kawan-kawan kita yang berniaga, sebab saya nampak bila saya bantu orang lain, rezeki saya bertambah-tambah. Jangan kita berniaga tu untuk diri kita saja. Kalau ada kawan yang berkemampuan, bantu dia juga untuk berjaya.
What goes around comes around.
Yeah, betul.
Okay, terima kasih banyak Serina.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy that until now we still have 253 participants who glued to the screen with us, and thank you so very much again for opening up your camera, and you will never know, you will receive a surprise email from our organizer. Again, thank you so very much to everyone. I would like to apologize for any shortcomings or any wrongdoings or anything that we say might not be so pleasant to any one of you, and thank you so very much again, and God bless you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Signing out, ladies and gentlemen. Take care.
Thank you everyone.
There's no USB port that cannot charge phone, and our product is provides USB using Dynamo technology.